I haven't been recording a whole lot here lately because basically I am trying to get caught up on stuff that I should have been doing already, such as we lowered Toby. Now, there's a few things I want to throw at you that I learned. This is my first time ever lowering a vehicle. 1, 4 to 6 is freaking sweet. 18s gives you a nice, you know, like it'll fit and it fits great without having to worry about rubbing issues too much. Somebody asked me tire size. The tire size is 245/60 18s on these. We did 4 up front, 6 in the rear. I got one kit from eBay called Clifford, I think. It was the most affordable. I did do the front drop springs, front drop spindles. We did it the correct way. And while we were there, we replaced all the ball joints because you're right there. And believe it or not, at 213,000 miles, this thing had all but 1 original ball joints. Yeah, this top one was the only one ever replaced. And we replaced it while we was there. In the rear, here's some things to get, just so you know. Sway bar links, if they're original, have never been changed. I lucked out and these have been changed. Because 1, usually they're so rusted you're not getting them apart. 2, replace your ball joints while you're there. Possibly tie rod ends while you're there, if they're OG originals. And in the rear, go ahead and get rear leaf spring shackles and bolts. You're going to need them. Just trust me when I say that. You're going to end up cutting that bird out unless you really, really, really luck out. I did not. I cut mine out. So we cut those out back there. Last but not least, get you a good set of, I got Biltech shocks that were made for a 4 and 6 inch drop. It's going to make a world of difference whenever it comes to ride. I want a nice ride. Thus why I replaced the springs and the spindles, and we did all that. Which brings me to my next thing. We have a 5.3 over here. We end up buying a few more LS blocks. Bogs, thanks. But we end up buying a few LS blocks that we really needed. But they were the right price, so we snagged on those. Should I put this 5.3 that's ready to go in here, along with the NV3500, or should I run this 350 that I've already put a new alternator, new power steering pump, new water pump, and honestly, if I run it, I'm going to have to put on a new starter because every now and then she goes click, click, just saying, that's kind of the sound it makes. So I would have to put a new starter on it, valve seals, because they go bad or they start smoking after a while if you're idling. Definitely valve seals. And AC compressor. Now, I kind of plan to put an AC compressor back on it, period. Because I really, really want to enjoy Toby pretty much whenever I can. You know, I love these trucks. I love these trucks so much. They're just a great truck. This is the best truck I think Chevrolet ever made. And I've had, I think, about 10 of them. I love them. But anyway, that's our next thing that we're going through. We are going to do a patina build. I've said it 12 times. I mean it this time. Patina build. Hopefully. I mean, because she does have some patina. She got better patina on the other side. We're going to have to fake some patina over here. We're putting wheel arches, aka fender flares on it. Metal ones from the Evil Bay. We have to fix some door hinge issue type thing. Because I don't know what's going on, but people have been places they shouldn't have. That's what I'm saying. So, got to do that. We got to take the bed off anyway because them bolts are not solid. They are, I don't know if it even has all of them, if I'm going to be honest. And the cool thing is, we went to Springfield last year and picked up this brand new roll pan that is just patinaed beautifully for $35. So we went yesterday, no, Friday, and we picked up a Chevelle trunk lid. I know it looks rough, but it's surface rust. We picked up that and a perfect driver or passenger door for 150 bucks for both. Yeah, do that math. That equals hashtag savings, because this is the worst door on it. Yes, I could have skinned it, but I mean, you know, I'm just saying. The Chevelle we're planning on doing, I just kicked a whole bunch of stuff everywhere. Dang it. Gotta clean up this shop anyway. As if you couldn't tell, it is an atrocious mess. There is just crap everywhere. So we're gonna be building a loft right up here and up here. And we're gonna build a paint booth right where the 69 Camaro is, up above, and we're gonna have storage there, above there, and above here. Very, very, very soon, because this is just too much. I can't deal with it. It's become a lot. So guys and gals, let me know what you think we should do with Toby. Should we go ahead and LS swap it? We do have the transmission, the clutch, the slave cylinder. We have everything right now to switch it. I mean, everything. Just saying, we're probably going to. But I gotta get this to where I can even get it on the lift. I'm a train wreck, I'm sorry, it happens. But then we have a brand new 700R for no vehicle. That's what I'm saying. It is what it is. But mainly, I want to get back to this guy, or I want to get to this guy. We're going to pretty much restore that one. Our budget is $2 grand. Pretty sure I can do it. What do you think? Now, we're replacing the fenders, all the rusty metal, painting it, and replacing the head gaskets, along with, I think I saw the wheel cylinders leaking, which I think I already bought those. And I need to buy a four-wheel drive actuator and an axle seal, probably two, since we're there. I'm pretty sure that can be done easily within budget. Mainly because I bought the truck for 600 bucks. The wheels and tires, 300 bucks. I'm just saying. Just saying. I'm pretty sure it can be done. We are going to keep that the V6 because I don't know how many times I got to say it, but we've got projects. But we did buy a 69 console too for the old Chevelle. That says automagical, but take that plate out. She becomes a 6-speed. Yeah, sure do. I checked. So we got a tally on the Freebird Trans Am. We also ran into a few issues. One, the gauges. Apparently the voltage gauge quit working. Apparently the temperature gauge quit working, which caused me to overheat once because I didn't know my cooling fans. Also, probably my fault. Wasn't working. Didn't kick on the temperature they were supposed to. That's probably my fault. I may have wired them incorrect. I'm not really sure. But Freebird, we do have a tally. And it's a little pricey, but I'm telling you, these are the most expensive. These second gens are freaking expensive to restore. I didn't even buy all the plastic on the interior. I came really close, but total tally. Now we have a great engine that's rebuilt-ish, not really, but it's been gone through. 5-point tree, stage 2 sloppy, new oil pump, yada 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 yada. We have a brand new turbo 350 that's built to the gills. It is seriously built. My buddy Eric did it. We have brand new tires all the way around. Yeah, they're not my favorite, but they are white lettered. That's a must on these 70s cars. We were able to keep these wheels thanks to my buddy Ronnie Webb. He found me a wheel, or he had one. He just gave it to me, so that saved us. Thank you, Ronnie, appreciate you. We end up switching the fuel system, running it underneath the car. I knew better because I've already ran to it on that one. You have to make the daggone fuel system downstream from the tank. I knew that. This one was mounted up here where it had to pull, not push. You can't do that on these. I'm just telling you. You're wasting your time. Unless you got a pusher one, then good for you. We built our own exhaust. We spent roughly, I don't know, 250 bucks on it. These decals are extremely affordable. We saved the original seats in the rear. This weather stripping is extremely expensive. And that apparently is just gonna do car stuff. The tack we made work, which is great. The speedometer works, which is great. Oil pressure and the fuel gauge works. So we're batting like 75%. The door panels was very expensive. But we did get them cheaper than any place else from Restoration World in Dayton. Yeah, that's right. That's a drop for you guys. Love that place. But our paint we got off of the coating store online. It's an absolute great place in my opinion to get paint. They sell great products. And this is a pearl, and oh my gosh, does it shine. Even with all the paint flaws that somebody caused, it's still beautiful paint. But we got a complete new fuel system, cooling system, transmission, motor, semi going through. Definitely freshened up and clean as a pin. We have all the goods. Exhaust system, the brakes, the wheel cylinders, the whole nine, tires. So pretty much we have a very, very, very solid build. And let me just tell you, Stage 2 sloppy in a 5.3 is absolutely disgusting. I love it. That sucker has definitely got some giddy up and get out of my way. But the grand total, roughish. Now this is a roughish. I did add for a little extra. We have $11,055 roughly in this car. Now, I can tell you this. We have new floor pans. We have all kinds of new in it. It's still not really done, really, because the blower motor don't work. So it's probably bad. And honestly, that's probably about it. There's not a whole lot that doesn't work. Just those little things I told you. But it absolutely screams. It is a beast. I'm going to recommend that Stage 2 sloppy is the way to go. We would have been all in done with that car if we'd have kept the 403 Osmo turd motor in it. But that's my tribute car to America. It being Memorial Day, I want to say I think it's a good tribute to America. And I just want to say to my fellow fallen brothers that I know of, Tech Sergeant Miller, Cody Herring, Dalen Flemagetti, love you guys with all my heart. I miss you. And you guys forever will be right here. Thank you. And it was great to have met all of you. You guys have been great. And to all the other ones that's given the ultimate sacrifice for all of our freedom. From the depths of my heart, thank you. I truly appreciate it. And that's why I've got all these flags hanging up. For me, my fellow brothers and sisters. So, not to get too emotional, but it is what it is. And they definitely deserve recognition. Until next time, guys and gals, you know, we'll see you on Right Turn Garage TV. Let me know on Toby, should we swap it? Or keep the 350 in it that runs perfectly fine, replace the valve seals, put the AC compressor on it, possibly a new starter down the road, and drive it. We're fixing the metal too. Anyway, tell me what y'all think. Till then, we'll see you next time. Y'all have a great one. We'll see you.